Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video, I want to talk about the incoming Hydra Nerf, which is gonna happen next week after Hydra reset. I just saw the news today. Plarium posted on their Discord. Basically, they did some nerf. I wouldn't say a lot. I'm gonna go through the nerf in this video quickly. Then I'm gonna talk about the champion that I think is gonna be really good after the Hydra nerf. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Let me pull up this image. This is from the Discord, alright? So let me just read through this real quick. The first line is they're gonna decrease the Hydra's stats, basically HP, attack, and defense. I think that's really good. Like the one problem Hydra is having is they're having really high defense. Honestly, HP and attack, HP is not really a problem, alright? Because I feel like the higher the Hydra's HP is, the higher that those type of enemy max HP champion their damage output, right? So attack, sure, like some Hydra hits, they're doing too much damage. So they nerf the attack, that's good. They nerf the defense, I think that's the most important thing because currently I think Hydra's defense is really overtuned. If you guys don't know, the Nightmare difficulty Head of Suffering has 9,000 defense. That's crazy high. And the lowest defense is Head of Mischief. It also has around 3,000 defense in Nightmare difficulty. That's too much. So I think decreased defense on the Hydra head, that's a very good change. Alright, the second line is the mark of Hydra is increased to 20 turns. So that's basically the countdown of the Devour mechanic. I think I said many times in my previous Hydra video, I said the only problem of Hydra, like I really want them to get rid of, is the Devour. I think if they just completely get rid of the Devour mechanic entirely, alright? I think Hydra is doable. They don't need to make any other changes. Hydra is doable. There will not be any like nasty skill overlap, alright? The only really disgusting thing about Hydra is the Devour. So that's good. That's not what I expected, but it's better than nothing. 20 turns, yeah, we'll see what happens. Alright, the third part is the damage requirement for the digestion to free your champion is decreased on every difficulty except Nightmare. So yeah, I think free up your champions from Devour is really hard. Like, but I still don't like that they still require you to do certain amount of damage to free up your champion. I don't like that. I think I said in one of my previous video, I hope they make Devour mechanic to be like a Fire Knight shield, which you do certain amount of hit and you can free up your champion. Alright, let's continue with the second part. For Head of Mischief, the cooldown of A2 is increased to 4 turns. This change doesn't really bother me because if the Head of Mischief is on the rotation, usually what I do is I will bring a block buffs champion. Alright, so this doesn't really matter. And for the Head of Wrath, defense stats is decreased. Well, that's good. For Head of Decay, the head is no longer immune to provoke debuff. Alright, this is actually huge. You will be able to bring a lot of provoke champions. Alright, I'm gonna go through these champions that I think will be viable in this video shortly. So the Head of Decay, his A1 is target the champion with lowest HP. So the head is still going to target the champion with lowest HP, but if you place provoke on the Head of Decay will no longer use his A2 and A3. His A2 is an AoE cleanse, super annoying. His A3 is a massive shield. Rotten Word, if you're not able to break the shield, the head will just heal to full HP. Everybody knows it, right? This is super nasty skill overlap. So in this video, I want to talk about champions that I think will be very good after the nerf. So let me pull up a website called Ayumi Love. Alright, so basically Ayumi Love is a website that shows you every champion in this game and it's sorted by category. As you guys can see, I sort by provoke here. I'm only looking at provoke champion. I think hellhades.com basically does the same thing, but I'm a very old school person. I still use Ayumi Love. So if we take a look at a list of legendary provoke champions, first we see coroner, Krisk, and Vids, right? So if we look at coroner, I think this is a champion I talk about. Coroner is one of my favorite Hydra champion. Basically, his skill hit has everything. Alright, attack all enemies on his A1. This is a very good like AoE A1 is gonna be very good after Hydra nerf because they are going to decrease Hydra's defense. So this, like if you use War Master on those type of AoE A1 champion, like the lower the Hydra's defense is, the higher damage that War Master can do. So this is really good. All his skill is AoE, and right now what I was doing is I only use A1 and A3, and his A2 also has a provoke, AoE provoke, but well, single target provoke is enough because you can only place provoke ahead of decay, right? So like after book, this is gonna be 3 turns provoke. So like I think for those type of champion that can do 3 provoke with 3 turns cooldown, I think this is not consistent enough. Like if you truly don't want head of decay to do anything except A1, 3 turns is too long. I think the maximum is gonna be 2 turns. So for champion that like this 3 turns provoke skill, I think what you can do is well, you're still not gonna use this skill 90% of the time. The only situation you're gonna use this is, I think it's with those type of emergency situation where you use this skill to prevent like nasty skill overlap. So basically save the run. I think that's the only situation you're gonna use this provoke 3 turns cooldown provoke. Let me show you guys like coroner. I think it's gonna be truly amazing after the Hydra nerf. I'm using coroner every week on my brutal Hydra team. Look at this. This is my team here. I use a +4 coroner. Let's look at the coroner's damage. This is a tank, all right? Like I'm building a savage set, and after they nerf the Hydra defense, I think his damage is gonna be very close to a Husk, right? Husk is a enemy max HP champion. And Coroner is much more tankier than Husk, so truly amazing champion. Like not just Coroner, I think all the AoE A1 champion is gonna be amazing, right? So next it's gonna be Krisk. I think a lot of people in my clan already talking about this champion. They think Krisk is gonna be more broken. Right? I think honestly, Head of Decay can be provoked. This change it's not gonna affect Krisk that much. Like 90% of the time, you still only gonna use A1 and A2. Alright, like I said, this A3, this is a 3 turns provoke. So, like I said, when I was talking about coroner, like you only gonna use this provoke when there is a emergency situation where like there is gonna be a skill overlap. You're gonna use this provoke to save the run. So physics, I think it's the same thing basically. So that's about it for the legendary provoke champion. I feel like so like this is the AoE provoke champion, and AoE provoke is completely unnecessary for Hydra. So let's take a look at single target provoke champion here. For Black Knight, yeah, I see some people are saying Black Knight, but I feel like his A1 is 75% chance provoke. This is not gonna be consistent enough, so I think Black Knight is not really gonna work. Alright, I want to talk about these 2 champions, Kendra and Skull Virgal. Alright, so first Kendra, I think this champion is gonna work in Hydra because of her, like her skill kit is already really good. A1 is honestly whatever, but A2 is really good. If you take a look at this, attack all enemies 3 times, each head has 75% chance after book. If you use the mastery, it's gonna be 80% chance to place one of the following debuff for 2 turns. Block buffs, decrease attack, decrease speed, weaken, decrease accuracy, heal reduction. Alright, a lot of debuffs mixed, right? But like the only useless buff is heal reduction. Like all other buffs are really good. Even decrease accuracy, this is a really good debuff on Hydra heads. So and his passive here is gonna have 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff on 1 turn for 1 turn on enemies under 5 or more debuffs at start of each turn. So this is basically a 1 turn cooldown provoke for 1 turn, right? So like even though it's not 100% chance, the only condition is the target need to have 5 or more debuffs. I think in a Hydra run, like putting 5 debuffs on the Hydra head, it's not that hard, right? Seriously, it's not that hard. So I think the Head of Decay is constantly going to have 5 debuffs. So like Kendra is always going to provoke Head of Decay. So I think this is a very good choice. You guys might consider Kendra the Cyclone once a fusion champion. Alright, next is gonna be Skull Lord. I already made a video about Skull Lord. This is one of my favorite champion for Hydra, even the Nightmare difficulty. His skill kit is super good, and his base stats is insane. Look at this: 90 resistance, 70 accuracy, and his A2 here. This is a 2 turns provoke. Single target provoke is completely fine, alright? And he puts strengthen on himself only, so he can be a very good Head of Mischief tank because he's going to have the most buffs on the team. And yeah, 2 turns provoke, lasting 1 turn, right? I think 2 turns provoke it's enough. If you build enough speed and pair a 30% increased speed champion, this is gonna be enough. You can basically control Head of Decay non-stop, I feel like. So, and rest of skill kit is super good. Like, but if you want to use this champion in Hydra, I think you need to fully book him. All right. So yeah, let's see if there are any other champion that is worth mentioning. All right, let's take a look at War Chief. I also see people talking about War Chief. All right. So can you believe it? War Chief might be viable in Hydra now. So he's A1. It's not reliable. 35% chance of provoke after book, but he's A2. It might be super good. All right. Like provoke for 3 turns, and after book this is 2 turns cooldown. So like this is probably like this is just gonna be non-stop provoke on the Head of Decay if you bring in this champion. If he doesn't weak it, alright? If there's no spirit affinity Head of Decay. I think like, but like the problem with this champion is he doesn't do anything else except the provoke, right? He doesn't have any other debuffs, he doesn't have any other buffs, and he does have a reflect damage on his passive. I'm not sure like if Giant Slayer works on this passive. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys know. But I feel like if you just bring in just champion purely for the provoke, I don't think that's a good idea. All right, it's good enough. It's not good enough, this champion. So next, I want to talk about the champions that has AOE A1. Alright, see if I can find it. Alright, so ability, AoE attack. Okay, I think this type of champion is also gonna be really good when the new patch came, alright? Because they are gonna decrease the HP of Hydra and decrease defense of Hydra. So the AoE A1, if you are using War Master, like if they decrease, like the damage of War Master is directly affected by the target's defense, alright? The lower their defense is, the higher damage that War Master is gonna do. So if we take a look at the list here, there are a lot of good champions. I'm not gonna really open them up. I think Bad Alcazar, maybe in lower difficulty it's gonna work, but I feel like in higher difficulty, Bad Al doesn't really fit into the team. Coroner is obviously really good. I talked about Coroner here, and Chris is obviously really good. I think another champion that's super good in Hydra is Martyr Cybele. Martyr Cybele skill kit basically has everything. Decreased speed on A1, increased defense, revival on death on A2 with 3 turns cooldown, and A3 is swap HP with an ally. Also, she has a speed aura, 24% speed aura. That's really good. Like this champion is really good. And then Prince Kymar, I only see Kymar working with Trona team. I don't see anyone else using Kymar in any other strategy. Alright, I think Scartosis might be possible. Bringing Scartosis in a normal team, alright? He does have a very good skill kit though, because like I said, after the new change came into the game, we're going to see the rise of raw damage dealer, right? Attack up is useless right now because all the damage came from enemy max HP champion, but if you're using raw damaging champion, attack up means a lot. Basically, these raw damaging champion, they are doing 50% more damage with attack up, and this is AoE A1, A3 is cleanse, this is a Terminator boost, right? Yeah, this is a Terminator boost. Okay, so any other champion here? Suzerain Katon, possible. Like the only problem with this champion is he is attack based, so probably not, but he does have a very good skill kit, right? Very good skill kit. Decrease speed on A1, like if he's not attack based, I feel like he can be used a lot more. But like if you're only doing normal or hard difficulty, I think it doesn't really matter. And Yannicka, obviously Yannicka deals a lot of damage. I think, yeah, like I said, after the new patch, Yannicka might be viable. Alright, for the epics, Obro, too many champions here. It's really like maybe all of these are usable. Alright, so like overall, I think the Hydra change, I want to say to most of the players, don't have too high expectation. All right, I think that nerf is probably gonna make you do like 20% more damage. And that's about it. Like if you can do 10 million right now, if you're expecting you can do 20 million after the nerf, I don't think it's realistic. I think that nerf is not big enough. Alright, Hydra is still quite hard after the nerf. So, but like one champion I want to shout out is Tronda, the best raw damage dealing champion in the entire game. Like, I think I showed my clan's hard Hydra teams a lot in my previous video. If you guys take a look at this, everybody is using Tronda. One Tronda works, alright? You don't have to have two Trondas. Two Tronda, it just makes things a little bit easier. Like one Tronda is completely enough. Just look at this team here. Tronda is completely broken. Let's take a look at his Tronda's damage. What is this? Look at that. 30 million damage on a Tronda. So like, if they decrease the defense of Brutal and Nightmare, it's possible that we are seeing like Nightmare team like this. Look at this team here. Two Tronda. Alright, two Tronda here. I'm not sure why this player is not empowering his Tronda. +3 to +2, that's a huge jump. Alright, so yeah, if you have Tronda, you should definitely start to use Tronda after the new patch. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm actually very looking forward to this new patch. Yeah, I think, but still, I don't have too much expectation. I think it's gonna help me do like 20% more damage. That's about it. The Hydra is still very nasty. They're still gonna be like RNG and skill overlap. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. And that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.